Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to give you your March 2016 general reading. I continue to use the Gilded Tarot deck, drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, with an additional card as your overall theme and general feeling of the month, your crowning card. As I always say, these are general readings, so if they don't apply or resonate the same personally for everyone who watches them, I suggest you also check your rising and your moon sign for clarification. Thank you to those of you who continue to subscribe, listen, and watch my channel. You're the reason I'm here, and your feedback and your comments are most welcome, greatly appreciated, and I always find them so fascinating. And I read each and every one, even though I don't always have the time to respond to all of them personally. I do read all of them, so please keep them coming. And a special thank you, as I always say, to those of you who continue to reach out to me for personal one-on-one readings. It is an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I do remember each and every one of you, and some of you have become regular clients of mine too, and I thank you so much for that. And I thank you to all of you who allow me the privilege of reading for you. It's something that uh, encourages my own growth and development as a reader and helps me hone and improve my skills and intuition for being the conduit that I view myself as. So let's get right into this reading without further ado. This is for Pisces for March 2016. Pisces, March 2016. My lovely watery fishes, I always see you as darting around from here and there. Romantic, dreamy Pisces. What does the month of March 2016 hold for you? It's been a lot about love this month so far with the majority of the signs that I'm done. But particularly for the water signs, some very lovely spreads about love. Now, having said that, I hope yours is as well. Let us see. Okay. We begin the month with the Five of Wands, followed by the Ace of Cups, the World card, followed by the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, followed by the Nine of Cups. You know, I've had the Nine of Cups show up for the last 4 readings. Lovely little wish card peeking in. So the card that represents the general theme and feeling of the month, your crowning card from the bottom of the deck, is the Ten of Pentacles. Let's take a look, Pisces. Okay, let's begin. We start the month of March 2016, ending the month of February, going into March, Pisces, with the Five of Wands. So wands, the element is that of air and fire, and which is quite a dynamic and very action-oriented combination of elements, and which is exactly what the suit of wands points towards: change, movement, action, power. Very dynamic, very active suit. And the Five of Wands can resonate a couple of different ways. This can speak to competition. It can also speak to a sense of kind of conflict, petty disputes, circling around and around, nobody being an obvious loser, nobody being an obvious winner. It can also point to a need in your life for a little more relaxation, a little more fun, a little more social activities. So it really just kind of depends on which Pisces you are. And again, I feel like this is going to play out kind of half and half. Accompanied with the Five of Wands, we have the Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful card representing new love or new emotional or new emotional beginnings. Cups, the element is that of water, and Cups is a suit that points towards our emotions, our emotional landscape, inner and outer. And it's also a suit that can point towards love, relationships, how we relate to the people around us. Aces represent new beginnings, the potential and seeds of beautiful new things, potential and promise of things to come. The Ace of Cups can represent a gift, almost a divine gift, again, one of new love or new emotional beginnings, and one that has the potential to be built on for quite some time to come in terms of a good foundation. So I feel Cancer going into March 2016, again, I think this is going to kind of play out, half and half for depending on which group of Pisces you find yourself in or resonating to personally. This can represent, for some of you for whom there is a new love coming into your sphere, this is going to represent somebody that you actually have a lot in common with, someone that you have a lot of common interests, common passions, that you kind of, you really, your goals are very oriented towards each other. And for others of you, and even in addition, this can also represent a new love, new emotional beginnings coming into your sphere that represent kind of a lightening of the path that you've been on and represent an arena or someone that you can kind of let go of, let your hair down with, someone that you can really have a lot of fun with, and kind of indicates or heralds the beginning of a new phase where you're just having more fun, you're having more enjoyment. This can also mean going away on vacation with a new love or a new love romantic interest. Or if you're in a currently established relationship, this can represent a renewal of that love and passion. And it can also, again, represent going away, taking a vacation, doing something fun together as well. However it resonates for you, it's a lovely way to begin the month. Now, right next to that, we have the beautiful Major Arcana card of the World, accompanied by the Eight of Pentacles. You've been working hard and it has paid off. So the World is a Major Arcana card, and for those of you who watch my channel regularly, you know I refer to Major Arcana cards as Fingers of the Divine. I'm not sure where I picked that up from, but I stick by it. It's a great descriptor of describing the divine energies that the Major Arcana card represents. And the presence of the Major Arcana cards in a reading usually signifies help, assistance, involvement, or advice from those energies, whether it's God, Spirit, the universe, your angels and guides, whatever your foundation is, coming in to affect us somehow. So the World card is a card about success and triumph and a sense of personal achievement. The analogy I always use for the World card is having climbed a mountain and reaching the pinnacle, reaching the top of that mountain. And it's not to say that there aren't other mountains to climb, there are. But for some reason, this particular mountain, this place that you've reached, this signpost, this goal, has been of particular significance for you. And you're looking back over the path that's led you to it, that you've walked to get to it. And you're looking back at everything, all the work that you put into it, all the investment, all the time, all the struggles, all the triumphs. Look, that's the place where I fell down and broke my leg. And look, that's the place where I got really discouraged and almost gave up. And you're sitting on the top of that mountain and you're looking back at everything that it took and realizing that you've made it to this place and feeling that sense of achievement, that sense of personal inner achievement and empowerment that comes from knowing that of everything you've invested in it to get to where you're at, Pisces, and that feeling that no one can take away from you because you did it yourself. It's a great card to have, and it's paired with the Eight of Pentacles, which shows how much time and perseverance and work you put into this thing. Whether it's an actual, this could resonate for some of you as, job, career, some kind of project. This could also resonate as, again, for those of you who are going away on vacation with a loved one and really having a lot of fun. It could represent, a long path that you've gone to in order to have this thing and how successful it's really been, and you finally gotten to this place. And for those of you whom this resonates just purely as a relationship, it can represent the path that this relationship has taken. And perhaps there's been some challenges and difficulties on that path, and there usually is on the path of relationships. But you've put in a lot of work, both of you, and it's really paid off. For others of you, this, that Ace of Cups, again, can represent a new love, somebody coming in your emotional sphere, somebody that you really connect with on a really good basis, and it leaves you at this point. There's some kind of sense of achievement or triumph over it somehow. I'm actually feeling more, Pisces, that this Ace of Cups, I think for some of you it's going to represent a new love, but I think for more than half of you, it's going to represent new emotional beginnings or a renewal in something already that's already existing somehow. And that it's come as a result of this hard work that you've done, that you've put into this thing. Pentacles, the element is that of earth, and Pentacles is a suit that points towards things in our earthly, tangible environment. Typically, it can point to things like money, finances, job, resources, property, things we can see and touch and feel. And the Eight of Pentacles I refer to as the worker bee card. It speaks of the slow and steady and successful building up of the foundation of something. You can see that this man is sitting at his desk. He has these seven pentacles dancing above his head, which can really represent whatever it is that this thing resonates for you, whether it's an actual project, something at work, a business, an entrepreneurial thing, a relationship. He has been very successful, pentacle by pentacle, and working very hard, very diligently on each and every one. And he's building up. He's successful. I mean, this is the Eight of Pentacles. He's been quite successful in building this thing up because of the work, the level of dedication and perseverance he's put into it. You can see from the weather outside that the sun is setting. The candles are already burning at his desk. Perhaps you've been burning the candles at both ends on this thing. Maybe he's all alone. Maybe his fellow coworkers are off having their after work drink and social time, but he's still at his desk. He's still diligently hard at work on this eighth pentacle. And again, this is a really beautiful, successful card about the level of attention and dedication that you've put into something. Again, however it resonates for those of you. You do have two cup cards and three cup cards, and they're beautiful cup cards. So there seems to be at least a fair amount of emotion involved in this, if not directly being a relationship love reading for you. You've been very successful at it, and as a result, you've reached a point of success, of triumph. You really feel a sense of achievement over this thing, and it's new beginnings for you. For some of you, it's going to represent the end of a competitive level of something that's leading you onto a new path. Again, there's a strong sense of foundations, of building this foundations, beautiful, successful building of foundations in this. You have three Pentacles card, including your crowning card, Pisces, and you also have three cup cards. So it could be this culmination of both things, this building up of the foundation of something for yourself and your spouse or your loved one and your family. There's a strong element of family in here too, as well, with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, which speaks of the successful long-term building up a foundation of something which affects and benefits not only you, but your family or those in your closest sphere. Following that lovely combination, we have another beautiful combination of the Ten of Cups paired with the Seven of Pentacles. So the Ten of Cups, I've heard it referred to as the happily ever after card. I like to call it the happy home card because that's what it really depicts. Cups, again, being that suit of our emotions, love, relationships, and tens representing the ends of something, the end of a cycle, the culmination, wrapping up of something, the coming full circle of something. You can see from the picture on this card, it's almost as if the artist painted this picture as what he or she was coming home to at the end of the day. You can see this lovely cottage home in the background here that just speaks of comfort and coziness and a real sense of home. We're not talking a big, cold, ostentatious 15-bedroom mansion, just something that says home, something that you just know that when you walk in the door, there's going to be a fire in the fireplace and a dog laying in front of it and maybe another cat in the windowsill and slippers by your easy chair. It's just one of those, it feels very rooted, a sense of continuity, stability, reassurance, the comfort of home, that sense of wholeness and integration and harmony. Again, that benefits and involves somehow not just you, but your family or those closest around you, those you consider to be your family. There is a rainbow of 10 cups in the air above this whole scene. It's just, it's a home grounded, rooted, cozy sort of fulfilling completeness of coming full circle. This is a really a beautiful, very rooted, very beautiful card. And it is paired with the Seven of Pentacles, which can be a card of reflection and assessment. Well, it is a card of reflection and assessment. Pentacles, again, being that earthly, tangible suit. And this card depicts it's harvest time. Something has finally come to the fruits ready to be picked. It's kind of an echoing of the Ten of Cups too, of that 10 representing things coming full circle. The harvest time has come. This woman is kind of standing back and looking at everything that has grown, and she is, as sevens, the number seven can point to, she's kind of reflecting, she's kind of assessing it and seeing if everything that has grown is worth what she's put into it. Has the end justified the means? Has it yielded what you expected it to yield or better? She's planted the seed, she's done the work, she's fed it, she's nurtured, she's watered it, she's done everything she can, and she's looking and she's kind of weighing things out and seeing if it's something she wants to continue investing in, or just really what the yield, what the return has been. You can see that there's a ladder leaning up next to this tree so she can climb up and pick the fruits of her labor, symbolized by these pentacles. And she has a basket to put them in, although the basket is currently empty because she hasn't yet begun to pick. She's still kind of looking, and sometimes in readings I get this as a card of, should I continue investing in whatever it is that I've been investing in? Has the end justified the means? Am I getting back what I've put into it plus more, which is what we usually hope to get when we plant something? But I'm getting the feeling in this reading, Pisces, which is beautiful, and combined with this Ten of Cup cards, it's more of a sense you're taking a step back and you're looking at how far you've come and at everything you've done. Again, sandwiched with this World card and the Ace of Cups, and it's really just a sense of satisfaction, of really of achievement. Whatever it is you've been working on and are still, I think, in the process of working on, you've been quite successful. Your diligence, your perseverance has paid off and is continuing to pay off throughout the month. I mean, all the cards just kind of point to that and assure that. So keep it up. Whatever you're doing, it's really paying off, and it's really giving you a sense of wholeness and integration and personal empowerment and satisfaction as well. And it's something that's benefiting, again, not just you, but your family, those closest to you. For some of you, this just popped in my head. For some of you, this represents a move, everything that you've gone through or worked towards to move to some place that makes you and your family very happy. Perhaps you've saved up enough money for a down payment on a house. Everything's just come together as a result of all the hard work and effort that you've put into it. You find yourself just in a really happy place and you're just enjoying it as the story plays out throughout the month. So at or towards the end of March 2016, Pisces, we have the Hierophant paired with the Nine of Cups. Now, the Hierophant is a card that speaks of convention, tradition. It's again, it's kind of a lovely card that kind of bolsters like this Ten of Cups, that Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. There's just throughout this whole reading a sense of working to build a foundation, of putting roots down, of home and family, and enjoyment of those things. The Hierophant speaks of tradition, of convention, of walking the expected path. It can speak of large organizations, religions, corporations, institutions, and in some readings too, this can be feeling like you're at a place where you're just, it's the routine of something. But in this reading, Pisces, it just feels like this lovely sense of rootedness, and the Hierophant, it's a major arcana card. It just underscores the significance, the profound rooted feeling of home, of family, of tradition, of the building up of foundations, and of really being in a place where you're happy, you're satisfied, you feel good about what your hard work has done, not just for yourself again, but for your family, your kids, your spouse, the people closest to you, or those you consider your family. There's kind of a provider feeling around this as well. So again, if it isn't family, it's just people that are really benefiting from the hard work and perseverance that you've put into it. Um, Again, going back to convention and tradition, and walking the tried, true, and familiar path, and one that feels very good for you and provides a sense of stability and a sense of continuity. It's like you have everything that you want, because the Hierophant is accompanied by the Wish card, the Nine of Cups card, the card of having what you want. Um, there is often an underlying piece of cautionary advice with the Nine of Cups, because there's not a huge thread of divinity in this. It's more about getting what you want in a more tangible, visceral, sensual, decadent sort of feeling to it. But I think it's just an overall sense of happiness, and I have what I want. I have everything that I need. I have everything that I want, and a feeling of sharing, of providing, of sharing with others. You can see that this man is holding not only his own big, beautiful, full goblet, but there are 8 others in front of him just waiting for his friends, his family, to share them. He wants to share what he has. He's worked very hard for everything that he has, and he wants to give it. He wants to provide. He wants to share because he has more than enough, and he's very happy about that. So, what an absolutely beautiful reading, Pisces, just lovely. And it's interesting that it has such a rooted, solid, foundational family sort of orientation to it, because you're such a, when I picture Pisces, especially every time I'm shuffling for Pisces, I always get this image, I often get this image of this fish just kind of darting here and there, and not one that you would, see kind of swimming into his house and taking his shoes off, putting his slippers on, and putting his feet up in front of the fire. But it feels very lovely, and I think, at your heart, Pisces, you're very into that comfortable, soft, sort of home kind of feeling, in spite of how you love to dart here and there. Yes, a beautiful reading. So your crowning card, Pisces, again, it just underscores and pads that theme of foundations and the future and family. We have the Ten of Pentacles, again, that very grounded, earthly, practical, rooted sort of suit. And tens, again, this is the second 10 that you have in here about the ending of a cycle. I think it's more of the coming full circle, as with that 10 of Cups, things coming full circle. The 10 of Pentacles speaks of prosperity, success, and abundance of something. It speaks of the foundation and the longevity and health of something step by step, and gives a long view as well. It's about the building up, the foundation of something successful, that provides a lot of abundance. But again, a very strong theme of family, and the fact that whatever this thing is, it benefits not only you, but family, spouse, children, extended family, those you consider in your family circle, those that you love and that you care for and that you provide for. It's a very foundational card. It's just solid, and it's earth. It's solid. It's rooted. It's flowers on the front porch, chicken stew on the oven. It's a beautiful, beautiful reading. Again, it just feels very solid, very comfortable, very good, and something that you've worked very hard on. You've been very successful at, Pisces, so good for you. So Pisces, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it has resonated for you, at least some of you, on a personal level. If you're comfortable with sharing how that is and how it plays out for you, please feel free to do so. I do love hearing that feedback. And for those of you who are interested in a personal reading, you can click on the, I'm having a crazy hair day, just like any other day. You can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage for more information and details on what I do and my contact information. And you can email me at Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the March mid-month readings. And until then, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life as always. Thank you so much for watching, Pisces, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.